You may not realize it yet, but right now you are capturing attention in ways that are both unexpected and beautiful. There's a magnetic quality to you, an energy that draws admirers near, and even those closest to you are beginning to notice this fresh, undeniable presence. It isn't merely about an increased number of glances or compliments, it's a profound shift in the way you carry yourself, a transformation that radiates from within. Every subtle change, whether it's a new way of dressing, a more assured way of moving, or simply the aura that now surrounds you, signals that something remarkable is taking place. People around you, including that significant person in your life, are beginning to see you in a new light. They recognize a power and confidence that you now exude, and it seems as if the energy you project is evolving into something truly captivating. Your transformation is not superficial. It is a deep, internal metamorphosis that reflects both in your external appearance and in your spirit. The way you now dress speaks volumes about this inner change. Perhaps you've started to experiment with bold colors or unique cuts that express your newfound self-assuredness. Maybe your posture has straightened, or your gaze now holds a spark of determination that wasn't so prominent before. Whatever the specifics, there is an undeniable elegance in your demeanor, a graceful poise that commands attention without demanding it. Your energy feels lighter, freer, as if you have finally released some of the burdens that once held you back. Gone is the weight of past insecurities. In its place is a vibrant sense of liberation and self-belief. In the past, the journey you embarked upon, often referred to as the twin flame journey, might have felt like an overwhelming force. It was as if you were caught in a powerful current, pulled in every direction by intense emotions and sometimes by the relentless expectations of what the connection should be. That journey, with all its beauty and struggle, could have easily felt like a heavy, all-consuming load. But now, something has shifted. You are no longer confined by the same constraints that once seemed inescapable. The heaviness has lifted, replaced by a newfound lightness that comes from learning to embrace solitude and finding joy in your own company. This has been nothing short of a pivotal transformation, a move away from seeking constant external validation toward discovering a wellspring of contentment deep within yourself. This internal change is profound, and it sends ripples through every aspect of your life. As you begin to live more authentically, you notice that those around you are reacting. The person who holds a special place in your heart is among the first to notice these changes. They see the way you now light up a room, not with ostentation, but with a genuine inner glow. You've become more alluring, not because of any dramatic external makeover, but because your confidence has grown in a way that is both quiet and magnetic. This new self-assuredness has a way of inspiring those around you. It isn't overbearing or boastful, but instead a humble acknowledgement of who you truly are. It's as if you have stepped fully into your power, embracing your identity without apology, and that bold authenticity is incredibly attractive. Your significant other, who has been quietly observing the shifts in your behavior and presence, is deeply affected. Even if they cannot pinpoint every subtle change, there is a tangible energy that they cannot ignore. They are drawn to you even more than before, and their desire for you has intensified as they witness the evolution of your spirit. There is something almost electric about the new version of you, a version that is sexier, more assertive, and yes, at times even a little bossy. However, this assertiveness is not born of arrogance, but of a confident embrace of your own worth. This surge of self-assuredness is not only inspiring, it acts as a beacon, calling your partner closer, inviting them to share in the power and passion that now define you. Beyond the immediate effects on your physical appearance and demeanor, there is a subtler, yet equally potent, transformation occurring in the realm of emotional energy. Your partner has begun to dream about you, to think about you with a longing that transcends the everyday. They send you silent, sensual messages, a sort of telepathic energy meant to remind you that you are still very much a part of their world. This isn't just idle thought, it's a deliberate signal, a call from the depths of their heart urging you not to give up on what you share. They are preparing to return to you, and they do so not with uncertainty but with a promise of stability, a commitment to something real. They aren't content to merely watch from the sidelines, nor are they passively letting time pass by. Their actions speak of a desire to reconnect in ways that may even defy the ordinary limits of the physical realm. It may even happen that you sense their presence in the quiet moments of your day. Perhaps you catch yourself thinking of them at the most unexpected times, or you experience sudden bursts of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. These moments, these seemingly random interludes, may actually be their way of reaching out, small, almost imperceptible signals that affirm the unbroken connection between you. Whether it's noticing a sequence of repeated numbers, hearing a song that reminds you of a shared memory, or encountering any number of subtle, synchronistic cues from the universe, these hints serve as reminders of the deep bond that still exists between you. It is as if the cosmos itself is conspiring to keep your connection intact, even when external circumstances threaten to pull you apart. In this evolving narrative, your partner is not passive. They remain vigilant, constantly checking in on you through social media updates, mutual friends, or even just the quiet knowing glances that seem to say, "I'm here." Their heart is acutely aware of the possibility that someone else might capture your attention, and that thought only intensifies their longing to be close. This protective, sometimes anxious, vigilance is a testament to the depth of their feelings. They are not merely waiting in the wings, they are actively ensuring that your affection does not stray, and this desire to keep you near fuels their determination to reconnect with you on every level. It is not lost on them that you have changed. They can sense that your transformation is not merely cosmetic, it is the result of a deep internal shift that now radiates from you like a gentle yet powerful light. Perhaps you have embraced a new style, a daring haircut, a bold wardrobe choice, or simply a refined way of presenting yourself that echoes the inner changes you've been experiencing. Every new detail, every small choice, resonates with your partner and draws them in with renewed intensity. They see your growth and feel inspired by it, willing to match your energy even if that means stepping out of their own comfort zone. In their eyes, you are the embodiment of a beautiful evolution, and they are determined to climb alongside you as you ascend to new heights of personal power. Yet, amid all these shifts, there lies a more complex narrative, a raw and honest confession of vulnerability. There was a time when I, too, felt overwhelmed by the intensity of connection. I ran from this bond because I found myself falling for you faster than I had ever anticipated. It was as if my heart, dormant for what felt like an eternity, was suddenly awakened by your presence. The surge of emotions was both exhilarating and terrifying. I found myself overwhelmed by a tidal wave of feelings, a mix of euphoria and dread, of profound connection and the paralyzing fear of being hurt. I remember the moment I first realized the depth of my emotions. It was as though I had stumbled upon a part of myself I never knew existed. The rush was so intense, so all-consuming, that it felt like I was finally being seen for who I truly am. However, when I confided in my closest friends about this transformative experience, their responses were mixed. Some urged me to slow down, warning that I might be moving too quickly and setting myself up for inevitable heartache. Their caution was born out of concern. They feared that in my haste, I might expose myself to pain that I wasn't yet ready to face. Usually, I am the one who trusts my own intuition above all else, living life according to my own rules, moving to the beat of my own drum. I have always prided myself on my independence and the ability to steer my own course without interference. Yet, in this instance, the advice of those who care for me echoed in my mind, planting seeds of doubt. I began to question whether my overwhelming emotions were a sign of true connection or merely the dangerous allure of vulnerability. Despite having trusted my heart more than I ever had before, the fear of falling too quickly, of lowering my guard too soon, started to take root. That fear, subtle at first, grew into a formidable barrier that made me second-guess every instinct, every tender moment we shared. The chemistry between us was unlike anything I had experienced before. There was an irresistible magnetic pull, a kind of unspoken understanding that made every shared moment feel timeless. When we were together, the noise of the outside world faded away, leaving only the intensity of our connection. In your presence, I felt a rare comfort, a sense of being completely at ease, unafraid of judgment or rejection. It was as if, for the first time in my life, I could reveal the raw, unfiltered version of myself. Yet, this newfound intimacy was also a double-edged sword. The very same openness that allowed me to feel so deeply also exposed the parts of me I had long kept hidden. I felt vulnerable in a way that was both thrilling and unnerving. As our connection deepened, I began to worry. I became haunted by the thought that you might one day see every flaw, every insecurity I had fought so hard to conceal. It was as if you were holding up a mirror, reflecting back not only my strengths but also the deep-seated scars of past hurts. The more I felt truly seen by you, the more exposed I became. This raw vulnerability, instead of drawing me closer, began to push me away. I started to pull back, not because of anything you did, but because of the intense fear of being truly known and possibly rejected for the person I really am. I was terrified that if you were to see just how broken I sometimes felt, you might ultimately decide that I wasn't worth the risk. This internal tug-of-war between wanting to dive deeper into our connection and the desperate need to protect myself became overwhelming. I found myself overanalyzing every word, every gesture, searching for any hint that you might not feel as invested as I did. My own insecurities whispered that it was only a matter of time before you discovered the parts of me I wasn't proud of, the scars from past wounds and the moments of weakness I had long hidden away. And so, in a misguided attempt to shield my heart from potential pain, I began to create distance. I convinced myself that by pulling back, I was preserving something beautiful that might otherwise be lost if you saw me too clearly. In truth, I was never doubting the depth of my care for you. I cared more deeply than I had ever cared for anyone before, and that intensity scared me. The walls I had built to protect my heart were beginning to crumble, and with that crumbling came the terror of being utterly exposed. I wished I could have been braver, that I could have trusted the strength of our connection without letting my past fears dictate my actions. Looking back, I see that my retreat was not a rejection of you, it was a defense mechanism, an effort to protect myself from the vulnerability that true intimacy demands. I hope you understand that my pulling away was never about you, but rather about my own struggle to come to terms with the depth of my emotions. Meanwhile, on the other side of this complex dance of connection and retreat, your partner, your significant other, watches every moment of your transformation with an intensity that is both tender and profound. They feel the weight of the distance between you acutely. Every minute that passes without your presence intensifies a longing that is nearly impossible to put into words. They miss you in every sense of the word, your voice, your touch, your energy, and this absence creates an ache deep within their heart. For them, the gap that has opened up is not just physical but emotional, spiritual, and mental. It feels as if a vital piece of their life is missing, a piece that only you can complete. They yearn for the day when the space between you can be bridged, when the emotional distance that has grown can be replaced with closeness and shared moments. Their longing is not just for fleeting moments of happiness, it is for a deep, lasting fulfillment. They envision a future together, a future filled with promise and shared dreams, a life where every morning begins with the comfort of knowing you are by their side. This future is not a mere fantasy for them, it is a carefully constructed vision of what could be. They imagine waking up together, creating memories, and building a home that resonates with love and warmth. The thought of a shared life, perhaps even one that includes the joy of starting a family, fuels their desire to reconnect. However, the reality of your current unavailability only serves to intensify this craving. Whether it is the physical distance that separates you, emotional barriers that have yet to be dismantled, or external circumstances that are beyond your control, they feel your absence like a tangible weight on their heart. Their daily routine has become a bittersweet cycle of remembering and longing. Every day that passes without you is felt as a missed opportunity, a reminder of the gap that exists and the love that remains unfulfilled. They replay memories of your soft voice, the gentle way you soothe their worries, and the unique energy you bring into every room. These recollections bring both comfort and a renewed longing, as each memory serves as a reminder of the profound connection you once shared. In quiet moments, they find themselves reflecting on how perfectly you embody everything they have ever desired in a partner. It is not merely your physical beauty that captivates them, though that is certainly a part of it. It is also the way you carry yourself with effortless grace, the aura of confidence you exude, and the sincere authenticity in every action and word. You seem to complete the puzzle of their life, representing the ideal partner they have been waiting for, even if the realization of that has come later than expected. Their yearning is a complex blend of hope and desperation. They recognize that true fulfillment is not built on impulsive moments of passion but on a foundation of trust, patience, and mutual growth. With this understanding, they are working hard to stabilize their own energy, to manage the intense emotions that surge through them whenever thoughts of you arise. They know that for a relationship to truly flourish, both partners must be willing to give space and support one another without overwhelming the other with their own longing. In every way, your significant other is prepared to rise to meet the new version of you, the confident, empowered individual who has emerged from within. They are actively striving to align their actions with their deepest intentions, to be a partner who not only appreciates your transformation but who also mirrors that growth in their own life. Their efforts are driven by a desire to reconnect on every level, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. They long for a time when the two of you can share not just memories and fleeting moments of connection, but a life built on mutual respect, deep affection, and a shared vision for the future. Even as they nurture this hope, the reality of the present leaves them with a lingering ache. Every minute apart is a reminder of the potential for what might slip away if the connection isn't carefully tended. They miss your energy, your warmth, and the way you make them feel truly seen and appreciated. It is this very longing that compels them to persist, to keep the connection alive through thoughtful gestures, consistent check-ins, and moments of quiet introspection that are dedicated solely to the memory of what you both once shared. In essence, your partner is in a state of constant yearning, a yearning that is as deep as it is multifaceted. It is the longing of a soul that has found its counterpart, even if circumstances have forced some distance between you for now. They are not content with mere daydreams or distant memories, they crave the tangible reality of your presence. Whether it's the sound of your laughter, the comfort of your touch, or simply the energy that radiates from you, they miss every aspect of who you are. The emotional, spiritual, and physical absence you create, regardless of the reason, leaves a void that only you can fill. This journey toward reconnection is neither swift nor simple. It is a gradual process, one that demands both patience and vulnerability. Your partner understands that lasting fulfillment and the rebuilding of a shared life require time. They are willing to invest that time, knowing that each step taken together brings you closer to a future where the distance is nothing more than a temporary phase in an otherwise enduring bond. They are prepared to work through the challenges, to stabilize their emotions, and to learn how to create a space where both of you can feel secure and cherished. Every day that passes, every silent moment of introspection, and every hopeful glance into the future reinforces one undeniable truth: you are irreplaceable in their life. The connection you share is unique, a rare meeting of souls that defies the mundane and elevates both of you to a higher plane of understanding and love. Despite the temporary separation or the complexities that sometimes arise, the longing remains potent. It is a testament to the depth of your bond, a bond that continues to evolve even when circumstances push you apart. In this period of transformation, as you step into the fullness of your power and embrace the changes within you, know that your partner is simultaneously navigating their own path. Their journey is one of learning to balance the intensity of their desire with the patience needed for true emotional growth. They are working on themselves, striving to be the best version of the person who can stand by your side, match your energy, and ultimately share in the joy of a reconnected life. Ultimately, your transformation has not only made you more attractive to your partner but has also had a ripple effect on everyone around you. The changes you embody, your confidence, your elegance, your resilience, speak of a journey that is as inspiring as it is deeply personal. Your partner, along with others in your orbit, is witnessing this evolution with awe and admiration, each of them recognizing that what is happening is not mere surface-level change, but a profound rebirth of spirit.